What's going on, guys? Welcome back to a terrifying video on my tremendous channel. Today, guys, we're going to be taking a look at some of the cheapest people you may have ever not seen. Now, I don't know about you guys, but I mean, like, hey, I like to save my money. I mean, for example, this coffee right here was $1.40, or roughly 1,400 won, because I live in Korea. Here in Seoul, coffee's pretty accessible. You can get it literally at any coffee shop, which is on literally every corner. You can get it at the supermarket, you can get it at the mart, you can get it at the convenience store, you can get it at my house, but I'm too lazy to make it, so I just buy it. But guys, there's a difference between buying cheap coffee because it's easy and I don't have to spend any energy on making it, and the people you are about to see in this video. Now, before we get started on today's video, guys, I want to quickly give a shout out to our sponsor, the Amino app. Now, I've already talked about the Amino app in other videos, so you guys have probably heard of it by now, but if you have not, guys, it is probably the best place to connect with like-minded people. Like, I'm just looking at the Explore page now. They have Aminos for Sonic the Hedgehog, Zelda, Cuphead Official, Fortnite, Overwatch. They got cartoons like Steven Universe and Ed's World. They even have a category for darkness. Oof, I'm gonna definitely have to check that out with my friends, not alone. And of course, they have Korean beauty, K-pop, K-drama. And guys, get this, they even have a Terry's Toast Army Amino. Now, basically, the cool thing about this app is that any community you join, they have a featured page, a quizzes page, a Publix chat where you can chat with people and get to know them. You can do anything from submitting fan art to submitting quizzes, submitting polls. Look at this, 23 hours ago, somebody made a poll, Max or Terry. Somebody posted a question here, what would you guys do if Terry made a song? Nothing, and it's never gonna happen. It's not like I've already been down that road. So if you guys want a cool app that lets you connect with like-minded people, whether it's anime, K-pop, cartoons, puzzles, video games, be sure to download the Amino app today. Link is in the description. And now, guys, without further ado, I know I was trying to delay with the sponsor. It's time to take a look at some extreme cheapskates.
When we do our showers together, it's strictly 2 minutes. There's no hanky-panky at all. A 2-for-1 type deal. We just get in and out so that we can serve
our showering together, that's not that bad.
26-year-old Carissa and 33-year-old Rick Perrin's extreme bathroom routine saves them hundreds of dollars each year on water, electricity, and toiletries.
All right, I'm not ready for some suds.
Rick uses the suds from my hair.
Oh my gosh.
Thank you.
So that it's like 2-for-1 on the shampoo.
That's the first time I've ever seen two people, okay, showering together, that's one thing, but sharing the shampoo, like one single sud? Damn, they're cheap. I mean, it can't get any worse, right?
One bottle of shampoo lasts us like 8 months between the both of us.
8 months for one bottle of shampoo between the two of them? Damn, they're cheap.
We actually share the razor. First, she'll
share the razor?
armpits, and I'll actually shave my face.
Did he just say that first she shaves her armpit and then he uses it to shave his face? Can we skip the shower stuff? Let's just find out something else about him, okay?
By keeping their joint speed shower to just 2 minutes, the parents have sliced their monthly water bills in half. So they've applied this frugal strategy to each and every bathroom ritual.
Tell me they don't reuse the cotton swabs with each other.
For cotton swabs, Chris will use one end, and then when she's done, I'll use the other.
So what they're saying is they use one cotton swab, like one side for both their ears, and then they give the other side to the other person. They use that for both their ears? Dude, I need like 3 cotton swabs for both my ears. I don't know about you guys, but hey, I like to have my ears squeaky clean.
The deodorant, we actually share that too, and we're only allowed 1 wipe per armpit, and so when we do that, it can serve as deodorant. We share our toothbrush, so we don't have to buy another toothbrush.
This is literally like, we're only 2.5 minutes into the video and I already can't take it. They share their toothbrushes, they share their razors, they share their cotton swabs, they share their shampoo. Tell me they don't share their food too.
We're so cheap that we share our tooth floss.
Never mind, it's worse. It's way worse. We're just gonna skip that part. A little skip-a-roo.
Just a little bit.
Okay, guys, before we continue right now, in the comments, please let me know, what is the cheapest thing you have ever done? Seriously, I would love to know, because it cannot be worse than this couple.
There's 6 of them. 6 for K, for Carissa, and 6 R's
They
for
mark
Rick.
their
There's
eggs?
been a couple of times where the person who's bought the eggs, especially Carissa, the eggs were cracked. And she didn't double check them before she purchased them. So that actually comes out of her eggs.
We are really competitive when it comes to being cheap.
We are really competitive when it comes to being cheap. She says it like it's something to be proud of. You know what my question is? I mean, if they're so cheap about everything, like, what's their job? You know what would be funny if they were so cheap that they actually wanted like the cheapest paying job ever? They'd probably even fight over it.
We are really competitive when it comes to being cheap.
she hides the key from me, so I can never actually get in there.
Always on my person.
She has a lock
You
on
spend
the
a lot
snack
of
drawer.
money, time, and research getting a snack at a good deal. So when he eats them, that's like taking money out of my wallet.
It's exactly the same. I'm glad you made that analogy. Where do they find these people? Guys, like, come on. This has to be scripted. This cannot... Give me some coffee. My mind is blown. Like, I'm gone.
Goodbye. Oh no!
These people cannot be real, right? This has to be scripted. Either that or they are some of the best actors I've ever seen.
While keeping separate bank accounts is a regular practice in many marriages, there's nothing common about the way Rick and Carissa split their expenses.
Even though this might seem a little boring to some people, we actually love it because we're really competitive and we get into it. And whoever saves the most has bragging rights for the rest of the month.
Bragging rights for the rest of the month. Guys, you heard it here. It's not really something to brag about. Oh, congratulations. You were the cheapest person on planet Earth for this month.
Congratulations. You played yourself.
I feel so special.
Every time we flush a toilet, we have to put a tally mark. Whoever flushes the toilet more owes extra on the electric and the water bill.
It's fair. You know, if one person's using more than the other, then that person should pay.
What is your
So,
job?
we're gonna
What are
divvy
their
it up
jobs,
and see who
guys?
owes what.
Do they have jobs? Are they living on like a retirement fund or what?
It looks like I owe $20.
Do they
and 7 cents,
reuse their money?
But Rick only owes $18.59.
Yes.
Okay, so let's catch up for just uno momento. Guys, we've already seen their bathroom principles. We know that they share just about every toiletry there is.
I'll actually shave my face.
We just found out how competitive they are on flushing the toilet as well as keeping their snacks sacred.
We are really competitive when it comes to being cheap.
Now we are about to find out how much they're willing to save on a tombstone when they die, when they're not even alive. Damn, they're cheap.
We decided to arrange our funeral now because that way we'll avoid all of the inflation. Statistically, men die before women, and I don't want Rick to die and me be stuck with a huge funeral bill. I can get it now at half the cost.
Man, if my girlfriend said that to me, like, hey, I wouldn't want you to die and then leave me with a huge funeral bill, so let me think about when you die, and yeah, let's just get the bill taken care of right now. Bada bing, bada boom. I don't know whether to feel flattered or insulted.
A little young for doing this.
Yeah, I
that's,
figured it'd save us money in the long haul, you know?
that's what pre-planning's all about.
All right, so I fast forward a little bit, and now we're at a spot where they're taking a look at some of the caskets to see how much they cost.
On these coffins, I was noticing like there's pillows and, I mean, what's this? I don't even know what that's called. How much would that reduce the price if we take out the lining and the pillow and, you know, anything extra?
Is there any way we can order it without?
I would have to call the manufacturer, but gosh, y'all have got 50 plus years, but hopefully before you'll need this, that y'all have that long life together, that you can make that decision then if you still want to be cheap.
Yes, I want to be cheap.
Oh, they have no shame. At that point, if you're willing to like save money on your funeral casket to take out the sheets and take out the pillow just to save a little money, I mean, like, dude, my future self would have slapped my past self. I don't want to be buried in an empty coffin with no pillow. Dude, if I'm going to sleep there for the rest of my undying life, give me a pillow, give me a comforter, give me a blanket.
Looking at how they want to do it, I think they're a very cheap couple.
So far, I think that's the only guy that's made sense on this whole show.
We want to just have one burial, one funeral, one everything. If he dies first, because he's older and he's a guy, then we can bury him and then just exhume him when I die and then bury me with him.
Oh my gosh. So bury him when he dies, and then, you know, when she dies, dig him up, open up that casket where his smelly, rotting carcass is, and then put her inside there too? I mean, don't get me wrong. Yeah, you'll save money on a second casket, but still, it's gonna cost a lot of money just to dig up the grave and then bury it again. But you know what? Let's see what my dude has to say about this.
It's a very weird request to exhume a loved one and then place the new dead person in with that casket.
Do you have any big enough to fit 2 of us?
Or you just have to be on top of each other.
Okay, that'd probably work.
They're very cheap. It's new to me that someone would have that request to dig their loved one up and be placed in there with them.
Okay, guys, literally, I'm getting sick just listening to this part. Let's skip ahead a little bit.
We can put a family name here, your last name.
All right, so now we're at the part where they're taking a look at some tombstones, okay? I mean, tombstones. This is the thing that has your name on it, stays on top of your grave, it lasts for an eternity. How can they possibly be cheap at this part?
Generally speaking, it's between $1,800 and $2,800.
Okay, that's not
Would it be
bad.
cheaper if we just did like fewer letters, like our initials, instead of full name.
Typically, most people kind of want their name on there so that maybe future generations could know who was buried there.
Yeah, you know, I mean, he wants to put just like his first or second initial on there. But my dude's trying to say, typically, like your kids, you know, your grandkids, your grandkids' kids, they might want to visit your grave sometime in eternity and actually know who you are. They're not going to know that if you only have one letter there, unless your name is like a one-letter word, like J, but it's usually spelled J-A-Y. Probably still too expensive for them, though.
And the entire purpose of it is to have your name on there. So to save a little bit of money by removing a few letters of your name, that was definitely a first for me. So we could do something similar to this, but just half the size.
Half the cost, or?
Half the cost? That's the first thing he pops out of his mouth. Do you guys ever watch Shark Tank? I feel like I'm watching an episode of Shark Tank. You know, they're always trying to negotiate for better prices, better deals.
I'll pay you $500,000 for 100% of rock block.
I'm just like on the edge of my seat, like wondering if they're gonna get a discount, get the better price or not. I mean, to be quite honest, the price was never really much to begin with.
Something like that could range from $800 or $900 to $1,100 or $1,200.
I was pretty shocked how, you know, costly a gravestone actually is. Do you happen to have any stone that maybe was busted, somebody hit it with a car or something? Maybe it was broken, you can actually fix.
The classic old trying to get a used piece for cheaper. Damn, they're cheap. I mean, if you think about it, I think this is the one thing that actually makes sense for this couple to do because, hey, then every other generation is going to know how cheap they were when they see their tombstone.
So I don't have anything like that.
Okay. We're actually curious if we bring a big old rock in ourselves that you could actually put a plaque on that rock.
We can do that. You know, sedimentary rock, it doesn't last very well in a cemetery.
He just asked if he could bring in his own rock that he just finds in his backyard. I guarantee you he's gonna bring in like a little tiny rock like this because that's how cheap he is. Okay, guys, that is all of that I'm gonna watch today. I literally cannot watch any more of this couple. I feel like my head is tearing apart.
You are tearing me apart, Lisa!
If you guys enjoyed today's video, be sure to hit that like button, subscribe if you're new because I upload videos just about every day. Also, guys, let me know down below in the comments what is the cheapest thing you've ever done, or what's the cheapest thing you've seen someone else do. I would seriously love to read these comments because none of them can be worse than this couple that we've seen today. Also, guys, be sure to click the link down below in the description to download the Amino app and start connecting with like-minded people. Thank you guys so much for watching, and as always, I will see you guys in the next video. Good night. Jeez, I don't know about you guys, but I feel like a king after watching those people.